Hey, Profiteers, Kara here. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Positive Profit. Today is all about silicone baking molds. I'm going to show you my favorite, some of my favorites, and give you a review on them, tell you why I like them. So stay tuned. When I first started my business, I didn't know what I didn't know. Let's just say that. I started off thinking, I'm going to make these treats, right? I had it in my mind, I'm going to make, these 5 or 7 treats. And then as my business went along, I also kind of came to the conclusion that's cool, but my creative juices wanted to keep flowing. I wasn't satisfied with, I just want to do a few things. So I got creative, and that meant I bought this cookie cutter and that cookie cutter and this silicone mold and that silicone mold, So that's where this has landed me, a cupboard full of silicone baking molds. I have them all. I haven't thrown them away. And I don't have them all here with me now. I'm just going to point out some highlights to you. And I want to know, do you use these? Do you like these? Do you not like them? And I want to know, what do you guys have that you absolutely love? So stay tuned. We're going to get into it. Hey, baker, do you want to launch your own dog treat business and make money for your family? Are you discouraged with just giving your dog treats away to friends and family instead of having booming online sales? Do you want to be home more to bake treats and make money selling them online, but you keep telling yourself that you don't know enough healthy dog treat recipes or even have the business or Instagram know-how to make it all happen? Girl, I hear you. In this podcast, you'll find natural dog treat recipes and the secrets to launching your own dog treat business and tips for growing a successful dog treat business. Hi, my name is Kara Brothers, and I learned how to make and sell healthy dog treats that customers want to buy and dogs love. And I started my very own successful dog treat business. Want to know how I did it? Give your dog a treat, grab one for yourself, and let's dig in. I should mention that all of my molds come from Amazon, where all good things can be found. Who doesn't love that free Amazon Prime shipping? I'm a girl who's all about it, right? And you probably are too. So that's where I do like 99% of my shopping. The first mold I didn't start out with, but it's one I loved because I bought some ones I didn't love, but I absolutely love this. And this is my donut mold. I sell 2 different kinds of donuts. Rather, I sell 2 different sizes of donuts. I have my regular 3-inch donuts, and then I have like my 1.5-inch donuts, I'm going to say. So I've got 2 different sizes. And the one I use the most would be these guys. I bought a bunch of them. I think I've got 6 of them now. And these are from Amazon. They're called Silicone Donut Mold of 100% nonstick silicone, BPA-free mold sheet tray, makes perfect 3-inch donuts. These measure 10 by 7 inches, okay? They're easy to clean. They are dishwasher safe. If I only had a dishwasher, I could actually prove or disprove that theory. I don't have one. The reason I have so many is because I put them on sheet trays. And I can get 3 on a sheet tray. I can make 6 donuts at a time. So I can make 36 on 2 sheet trays. It's a lot. But when I'm going to a big event, I want to make sure that I am stocked. So these are my favorite because I love the shape of them. Here, I'm just going to pull one off of here. I've got to reform it. And you guys, I did clean these, but as you know, eventually your baking stuff gets kind of tacky, kind of sticky, kind of weird. So yeah, I'm a real person with that uses real stuff, and they could even be wet since I just cleaned them. Forgive the look of these, but as you'll see, they've got a pretty deep cavity for the batter to sit and a pretty high center point for it to rise around. In fact, if you lay it flat, really the centers stick up above everything else, and I love that because it has the center for the batter to cling on to. So that when it rises, it's clinging onto this and it creates this big puffy dome. I really love these ones a lot. And I love how the center is also narrow. It's not very big. I started out by buying these. They came in 3 sizes, large, medium, and then the small, the 1.5 inch. And this is what I started with. But As you can see, number one, the centers are huge. They're depressed. I mean, the center is lower than the sides. So this donut, when it starts to rise, it really doesn't have very much room to go up. They just were a skinny donut. Let's compare. Look, the difference is really big. Donuts made in this silicone mold, they actually end up turning out more looking like real donuts than these ones. These ones look fake, like the donut hole's way too big. But this is where I started. As I said, I had small, medium, and large. I don't have the small with me, but as you see, the difference between medium and large, you can't really tell if I'm showing them side to side. You can't really tell the difference too much between medium and large. It made pricing difficult, and it made displaying the donuts next to each other very difficult because there's not much difference in size. Actually, for that reason is the reason why I only sell 2 different sizes. This, the 3-inch, and then that small little 1.5-inch, the mini donuts. These are great for really big and medium dogs, but I have so many people come in that have small dogs. And so those small little donuts, those things sell like hotcakes. Those are one of my best selling items. I offer the mini donuts in a pack of 6. And then I offer a Barker's dozen where they can get 13. So I offer them in 2 different quantities. And these individual donuts I sell for $5 each, this size. So this is my first silicone mold that I want to share with you. It has 8,203 ratings on Amazon, and the average stars out of 5 is 4.6. I love them a lot. They're easy to clean. And I just do the nonstick spray right in each cavity, fill it up, and I fill them pretty full, actually. I fill them fairly full, and they rise so nice. Oh, you get this big, plump, beautiful donut from these things. Right now on Amazon, I show they are 10% off, and they're $8.99, and you actually get a 3-pack of them. Love them. Love, love, love these. And the 3-pack includes a blue, an orange, and a pink is what you get. It's a great value. The next mold I want to share with you is my 8-cavity cake slice mold. Scone pan, pizza mold, cornbread mold, whatever it says on Amazon. It gives it a lot of different names for the different things that you can make in this. My favorite thing to make in this are individual cake slices. And it's an 8-cavity mold. I sell these for $6 a piece, each individual slice of cake. And with 8 molds, you can make quite a bit of money. I also have a cute little cake stand. And so I'll arrange all the pieces of cake in a circle like a cake, but each one's decorated a little bit differently. So it's so cute. This was a real unique one that I found. I kind of found it on accident searching for unique molds. And I saw it and went, I have to have it. So it bakes up great. It's really thick, squishy, flexible. Hit it with a little nonstick spray. Everything just pops right out. It has little feet on it. So I guess if you go to put it down to cool, a little bit of air will travel underneath the bottom part, maybe to help aid in cooling. It's really unique. People haven't really seen this before. So when I make these and I pop them out, I will cut the cake slice in half. I'll fill it, and then I don't frost the sides or anything. I just fill it and frost the top, just like you would get from a slice of cake. And I use pastries for Pets frosting, and I have different colors and piping bags and things like that, and I make it really pretty. I've done ones with flowers. Usually I do flowers. It kind of reminds me of like a tea time cake. And when I put it in the cake stand, oh my gosh, they look so cute. And I put it on top of my pastry case. So this thing, the tall pastry case with the tall cake stand, it just looks so cute. I really like it a lot. It's actually pretty affordable too. It's 60% off right now. 60. Normally $24.99. On Amazon, you can get it for $9.99. It's a great deal. I got the large. This is an 8-cavity. I'll link everything in the show notes and in the description in case you are interested. This has almost 3,000 ratings, 2,956 ratings, and it got 4.5 stars. And it is one of Amazon's choice. Easy to pop out. It says you can use spray with oil and flour. I just use the spray. I've never had anything stick ever. And it says that you can make scones in these. You can make pizza in them. I think it's a bit deep for pizza, but that you can use it in an oven or a microwave oven. That'd be weird. A refrigerator or a dishwasher. Again, don't make me lament that I have no dishwasher. But I really like the way this looks. I really like the way they come out. It's super sturdy, easy to work with, definite keeper. While I don't always carry cake slices at every event, I do carry bacon maple bars at each and every event I go to. They are requested. It's my standard cake recipe, but I put them in this mold. You guys forgive the browning on the edges. I'm a real baker. Okay, this has really been used, right? These are like Twinkie molds, if you can believe it. Again, they came off Amazon. You get 2 molds in a pack, and it's called a, I don't know how to say this word, you guys. It's QELEG, KWGYXMK, 2 pieces, Twinkie cake pan, nonstick, mini hot dog shaped bread, and meat bakeware for kitchen baking. Well, they've got it all in there, haven't they? I love this because I also fill these really full, and then they dome up like little tiny miniature loaves of bread, and they pop out, and they've got this cool appearance on the top, and it's this big thick loaf. And then I do icing, and I put a little bit of maple in there, so it gives it a bit of a color, and it smells like maple. So that's the glaze over the top of these mini loaves. And then I do a thick cut piece of Kirkland bacon, or any kind of bacon, really, just as that thick cut on the top. And these things are one of my best sellers. I love them a lot. I've also done blueberry loaves in here when blueberries were in season, and I really like that. Those were a big hit too with the blueberry loaves. I tried sweet potato loaves, and they did not sell as well. So for me, it's bacon maple bars and blueberry loaves. But here's the pan I use. It only has 44 ratings. I can't believe it, because for me, I would rate this 5 stars. 100% 5 stars. This got a 4.3 rating out of 44 ratings on Amazon. And there is no discount on this. It is $15.99, and you get a 2-pack. You can get 12 of these loaves at a time. So it's real thick like the other one. This might be a bit thicker and a bit more industrial strength than the ones I've showed you before. The donut pans, these ones are definitely the thinnest. And I would have to say it might be a toss-up between these. This is probably a bit more heavy duty, but these will be around a long time. I use them all the time. Love those. And as I said, it's on Amazon for $15.99. Okay, let's talk about these guys. Interesting. You're like, what is that? What have you got there? Well, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, these have little faces on them. This is what I used to make my sweet potato ghosts with. These silicone molds are what formed the ghosts. And I bought these at Michael's craft store. I was thinking, well, the imprints of the faces, the 2 eyes and the mouth, I think if you can see them, I'm not sure if you can, I think they're just there for show, because trust me, when you put batter in these things and then you pop them out, no face is discernible. In fact, oftentimes the cake will have like bubbles, which will eventually pop and leave a hollow space. And there's just no way a face is shown. So don't let that fool you. But the different ruffles around the side and the bottoms, those do show. So how I did this is I took my one recipe for my cake, my cupcakes, my bacon maple bars, and my donuts, and my individual cake slices. It's all the same recipe. Okay. These are made with that same recipe, but I added sweet potatoes because I sell dehydrated sweet potatoes, and I call them chips. So when I'm cutting my chips, you have the ends that, you have waste. Let's just say that when you're making sweet potato chips. And with that waste, with the extra sweet potatoes, I boiled them and mashed them and incorporated them into the regular cake batter recipe that I have. And I made sweet potato ghosts. How I was able to dip these was with a wooden skewer. So after I pop them out, I'd put a wooden skewer in them, and then I dip them in some really, thinned down pastries for pets icing. And I did it a couple of times until they had really good coating. And then I would just like with my fingers slide off the ghost from the skewer and put it down on some wax paper to set. And they took quite a while to dry. Not gonna lie. These things do take a while to get fully dry. And then as you see in the picture, I've got little eyes and mouth. They look kind of cute. And especially when I used a certain background, it just makes for a cute photo. And so these were seasonal. I did these at Halloween and they worked out well. This is something I wouldn't buy again. I can't say that. Will I make them next Halloween? Yes, I'll make them next Halloween. So I've got 2 of them so I can make 12 at a time. And this is definitely enough to take to an event for sure. The next mold I want to talk with you about, these are very small mold, very mini molds. And these are molds I bought at the very beginning when I thought I want to do training treats. So these come in a pack, in a set on Amazon. You get a ton of different cavities. This one is heart-shaped, obviously. Perfect for Valentine's Day with all these cute shapes. And then the other one that you get in the pack are dog bones. How cute are these? So cute. You can see how high they are. Just enough for a perfect size for a training treat, really. These are all the molds I have shown you are food grade silicone. This is a great sturdy mold. It's well made, very well made. I really like how this feels. And this is about 11.8 by 7.8 inches. So you get 108 bone cavities. And then for the hearts, you can make 150 hearts. Okay. I got these because I thought I was going to make training treats. And if you've made training treats before, perhaps your experience has been like mine, where it consists of make the dough and then push it into each of these little cavities. That can get so time consuming and exhausting. I tried everything I could think of as a way around doing that. Do I make my dough thinner? It got so thin I was piping it in, but then they would bake weird and dehydrate weird, and it still was a lot of work. So I decided I don't want to make training treats this way. Hats off to you if you do. I just never found a way that worked for me. So these sat for quite a while before I was able to do anything with them. And then, lo and behold, I decided I am going to make doggy carob chocolates, right, in quotations, with these. And they worked out perfectly. So I had my carob, mixed it with some coconut oil, and then I poured it into the cavities and let them set up, and they popped right out. They were beautiful. They were shiny. They were perfect. I had a lot of them. Man, this was the way to go. Do I make them a lot? No, but when I need to make them, it's perfect. These are the perfect thing to make little tiny doggy chocolates with. So that's why I love them. In that same vein, then I bought these. I also got these on Amazon, and they're called Dog Treat Molds, Silicone Mini Heart, and Dog Bone Silicone Molds for Candy Chocolate Dog Treat Maker with Scraper. Well, that's interesting that it says with scraper, because y'all, this didn't come with any scraper. No. Now I'm kind of upset. Where's this scraper? I feel like I've been jilted. I've been cheated. But these are not on sale currently. They are $17.99. It's a bit on the pricier side, but also think about how many cavities these things have in them. You can make a whole bunch of treats with each one. The last mold I want to talk with you about are these puppy paws. So cute. In this order, I got 3 puppy paws and I got 3 bones, which I don't have here right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Each one of these trays makes 10 treats. And with 3 of them, I can make 30 puppy paws. I also tried to push the dough into these ones, which worked a lot better because you're able to get more in at one time. And I like doing that. That worked out pretty well. It's a nice little nugget. If you see how thick they are, right? It's a nice little dog treat nugget. But what I really love these for is not that. Once I decided I could make little doggy carob chocolates with the heart and the bone molds, I decided to do filled treats, peanut butter filled puppy paws. So I make my carob with the melted coconut oil, and I pour some of that. I pour some of that on the bottom of the mold, and then I put a little bit of warmed up peanut butter, because when you warm up peanut butter, it gets runny. It gets thinner. So I warmed up my peanut butter, and on top of the carob I had poured in there, I pour in some peanut butter, and then I top it off with more carob, right? And then I let them set up. And when you pop them out, you can almost squish them, and I mean, they're these beautiful, beautiful carob peanut butter treats. And I think customers, they were like, wow, you can do that? And yeah, you can. They're very, very easy. Now, with any carob treat, these things melt, right? It's nothing that I would offer in the summer because they'll melt. The beautiful definition that you can see on the paw that starts to, eventually get distorted. If any cellophane, plastic, or anything like that touches them, it distorts the shape. So this is better in cooler weather for sure. These are not well made at all. They're very flimsy, the most flimsy of the bunch for sure. But they work for the chocolates, for the peanut butter filled puppy paws. So those are the molds that I use and have used. And I want to know what molds you use. What are your favorites? What are your go-tos? If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I would love if you would subscribe to the show, follow the show, like this episode, or just leave me a review if you're listening to Apple Podcasts. I would love to hear a review from you and see what your feedback is. Whether you're listening in Apple Podcasts, if not, leave me a review in Spotify or thumbs up or, that whole thing. I'd super love it. You guys, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Do you want to see more reviews? That's the thing on certain products. If I'm like, hey, I'm going to take, 3 different dragon fruit powders. Let's put them to the test. Let's see how they work. Would any kind of reviews be helpful to you? Because I've been thinking about it. Let me know. All right, you guys. Until then, don't forget to treat yourself well.